All right, so welcome to the exchange. So, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to give you my opinion on what I see in the stock markets. Looking to the left to see what has happened, then looking to the right to see what may happen. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you invest money in things you know about. If you don't know, invest in yourself and learn. That's the best way you can make money out here and have some security in these markets. So, let's look at what happens to stock markets so we can get a better idea and some security in exchange. Welcome to the Exchange Show. Okay, here's Palantir. So with Palantir, last time we covered this was on March 10th. At that time, I was looking for a breakdown to one of these support levels. So it got to the first one, so I'm going to get rid of this one. It bounced up. I want to see if this is going to be a continuation move. So is this going to be a push up from this area here, from that $23, push up from $23 to here to 25, a slight pullback for a continuation up into 28 to 30 bucks. I want to see that. I would like to see it. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to get rid of this. Make that a little bit clearer. The blue line is what I want to see. I want to see this push above the $27 range. Pull this out. All right, so right now I wasn't a strong buy. It looks like I've been doing a consolidation. So generally, I want to see it break out above, once again, this, that $25.49 range. Once it breaks there with strong volume, and if you can tell, the volume has been weak. The volume's weak. It needs to have strong volume to break that, and then it still has to have strong volume to break the next area, which is $27.33. In the RSI MACD down here, I'm in the green. I'm bouncing off of the 50, or I call it the zero line here. It's still in a good buy zone. I'm currently in a sell for the daily, but it seems like it's getting weaker. The standard deviation has gotten smaller, so I'm going to say I'm looking for that push up. And of course, we have this little spinning top candle here. Yeah, I'm looking for a push up from here to go and hit those next areas. So with MRVL, on MRVL, I'm also looking for, is this the pullback for a continuation? So for this one, we had a gap that was filled since March 10th. Was it 10th? Yeah. So the last time we covered this, there was a gap. The gap has now been filled, so we can get rid of that. There's now a very small gap here above, what is that, 74 bucks? 74, yeah, about $74.07 up until 75. So about $1 gap and MRVL to go up. So what I'll do is I should just change that gap, maybe like this. There we go. And I want to see this gap get filled as well. Now, we had the downward gap get filled. We came out of the channel where it was already, and now we are basing. It looks like we're consolidating here in this area. But are we getting higher highs and higher lows? No, we're pretty much just right in this area. So what I want to do is I want to box this up. I'm going to box that up there. I want to see it break above. Let's make this all the way to the top there. Once it breaks above the $68.61 range, I want to see that with strong volume to continue up, fill the gap up until $75.34, and eventually go up to the earnings price of $85.20. That's what I'm looking for. So let's make sure I can remember that. That would be nice, right? I want to see it at least do this, maybe a little bit of that, and then continue to this. That's what I'm looking for. But before it does that, it needs to break out of this area. Once it breaks that $68.51, strong volume, that's what I would look for. So let's cover our next one, which was Micron Technologies. Just going to cover this stuff again, and woohoo, man, this was nice. So essentially, it did what we said. Let's put it in a weekly, because I thought it would take longer, but it did not. It went to our area, pretty much exactly to our area that we were looking for. It broke its last 1, 2, and on this third time it went through. We have nothing over here to show us anything else. So why do we pick this area? Well, I'm not no genius, so I just use what they have available for me for free. And I made my own little indicator. It told me, hey, this is probably the top of where this next trading range is going to be. It went right there. And of course, we're very happy with that. It didn't just go there in a week. It went there pretty fast after a couple of days, and then it gapped up. All right, it gapped up hard. Now in the daily, I'm overextended. I do need to have another trading range established with the pivot points. But right now, if you were in a play and you got in around, say you did it on the 10th when we covered it, here. Yeah. So you were tied up down here to some consolidation. Let's turn this off. Get out of here. Your entry would have been around here. There. If you were in a play from $94 all the way up to $110, you would have been pretty happy, right? So with that being said, now we have a gap, and this gap is most likely going to have to be filled at some point. And okay, it's all the way over there. So we're going to do this to this. And that is our gap area for Micron Technologies. So we got to our area pretty good, but if you notice, there are a lot of gaps here. We have gaps all under here. So at some point, when this gets extremely overbought, if it gets overbought, like extreme, look for it to fill at least this gap that is currently here, and then maybe the two gaps under, because you never know when they're going to get filled, but you do know gaps will get filled. And there's another gap down here. Yeah, there's gaps all over the place here. There's another gap. There's 4 gaps under here. So say you want to get in here, I would say a good price. You got to be patient. A good price would be $75.15, or $75 and or $77 flat. I would say there. That'd be a good price to get in. Right now it's at 110. Just be patient. Next, I'm just going over. Let me see. Let's go over Verizon next. So Verizon, we covered that one as well. It went above where I wanted to enter in. And I'm looking for it to go to its last earnings, and that will be $42.26. This is a good candle. I like this candle. Even though it's red for the daily, it still is above here. When we broke above that entry, it was with good volume. Came back, retested, grabbed some orders, went up and sold off a little bit. This next couple of days will let me know if this is going to be a good play or not. Back here, when we would have played this, it went right up, came back, did the same thing, and then we had a nice little push up. So is this push up going to be what we need to get started on the run? Was this our pullback candle for orders and then the grab for that volume to go up? We're going to see. But I know a lot of people want to know about this next one, AI. This is the C3 one. So in here, we also had a gap to the downside. It has been filled. We'll get rid of that. It came down further than I thought, but at this point, it still has not hit the $25.76 range. If it does come down here, that would look like a very strong area of support. We have it here and here. This will be the third area, third time it touches the support. I would like to see this go up. So, oh yeah, my next area I would really be concerned with would be here, because it's the last high. That would be there, around $37.07. For the most for this trading range, I would look only for about $47.54. But I would love to see it go there. It is currently below its last earnings, so I would want to know if it's going to continue down to about the $23.50 and then bounce up to its earnings, or is it going to go up and then return to its earnings? So that's what I'm looking for AI. And of course, we have, let's see, we already did Verizon. MU that we did MRVL as well. So that's what we're talking about this week. We covered these before. It's like this video got a lot of looks and a lot of likes, so I'm covering it again. Now, on later this week, I will be covering some other tickers that have caught my attention. One of them, I actually want to look at it now because I would never thought of it. HXL. Hexel. So Hexel is currently in the news. It's like a defense stock. So they're into government defense, and I kind of want to see how this is going to go. I think this is going to go up, since we're in so much turmoil at the moment. Let's see. All right, currently we're on a nice uptrend. This area here at about $85. All right, and in the weekly, the area is currently at, all right, it has been testing that, so I want to put something here as well because it literally needs to break this. If it can break that 72.96 with good volume, I would like to see it go up. It looks like it probably will. We are in a buy zone. We just entered. This is actually a really good looking play. I got a strong buy signal. I had that retouch back down or retest. The only thing that concerns me is, am I going to see, is this a 1, 2 to come down? Is that what I'm looking at? Am I looking for an M pattern that has not been completed? Or am I looking at looks like I may come from here to here to there. Am I looking at that? That's what I'm hoping I'm looking for. I do want to see how this plays out further, but there are a couple other tickers I want to go over next week as well. Maybe I'll release a video later this week as well. Depends. But these are some that I'm looking at, or this is one of the ones I'm looking at further, and it's HXL. So there you go. That was the exchange for this week. See you next week. And if you want to chart anything, let me know. I think I'm going to start doing a live charting on Sunday evening. So if you're interested, let me know. Put it in the chat.